Good afternoon. Connie Sullivan, Chairman of the Board of Selectmen in the town of Ayer. I'm accompanied today by Selectman Gillis to my right and Selectman Fay to my far right, and our town administrator, Sean Stahowski, to my left. We wanted to just provide this briefing to the press to help get our message out to the townspeople in our town. We had an extensive rain storm over the weekend, the week of March 12th and through the 14th, as you all know. That combined with a collapsed culvert that passes under Route 119 in Littleton caused Spectacle Pond to experience substantial flooding, estimated to be over 4 feet above the typical high water mark. The floodwaters are approaching thresholds of structures containing 3 wells at Spectacle Pond. These wells provide the majority of Ayer's drinking water on any given day. And due to the high groundwater at Spectacle Pond, the wells were shut down as a precautionary measure on Friday, March 26th. Additional measures to secure the well houses were implemented over the weekend, although the water levels continue to rise. The wells will remain offline until it's safe to restart pumping operations. I stress that Ayer's water is safe to drink. It is being provided solely through other wells located at Grove Pond, and as such, compliance with the mandatory water restrictions implemented on March 28th are required. As of today, a second well at Grove Pond has been returned to service. This allows sufficient production of safe, potable water to our community, so long as conservation measures are followed. It is anticipated that the town will remain in a state of emergency until operation of Spectacle Pond wells can be brought online. However, repair of the drainage culvert under Route 119 is necessary to alleviate flooding conditions and to allow the return to normal service. Mass Department of Transportation, Mass DOT, is coordinating work on Route 119 that includes increased pumping capacity to slow the pace of flooding in the pond. And what I mean by that, they're actually pumping water from the pond over 119, which otherwise would have been passing through that collapsed culvert. They've also hired a contractor to initiate full replacement of the culvert with an improved drainage system, and coordination of engineering services to ensure the integrity of the repair. Town officials have been advised that completion of the repairs may take 2 to 3 weeks, and possibly longer depending on unforeseen conditions. So that is the status of what's been going on here in Ayer, and the reason that we wanted to stress to residents that the water restrictions that were imposed, it's not just a 1-day or 2-day thing. We're asking residents to continue their conservation measures for the next 2 to 3 weeks possibly, until we can get the culvert under 119 repaired, replaced, and get back to pumping normal levels of water for our town. At this time, if the press has any questions, I'd be more than glad to take those.
Can you run down some of the things you're advising people to do in terms of water conservation?
Some basics, such as if you don't have to do laundry, don't do laundry. Minimize flushing of toilets to the extent possible. Dishes, if you can use paper and plastic for the time being, so you don't have to be washing clothes, and certainly minimizing the length of any bathing to help on those conservation measures.
And it's voluntary basis, is anything being managed?
It's voluntary. I mean, we don't have the capacity to actually turn off water to homes without going to each individual shut-off for each home. Without the conservation measures, what will happen is our storage capacity for potable water, which is in our standpipe at the top of the hill near the schools, would end up being depleted. If that happens, we lose not only water but pressure. Homes and businesses at the top of the hills be affected first, and then residents in the lower lying areas. What we're trying to avoid is the situation where people turn their tap and nothing comes out. We have had a great deal of cooperation with industry in our town. As you know, we have many big water users, Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, Aquafina, Cane's Mayonnaise, Vitasoy. They were all here together with our local regional hospital, our local nursing home. We have a couple of assisted living facilities in town. and they committed to cutting back on production. A very difficult decision for industry with Easter coming up this weekend. It's a holiday weekend. They had already ramped up production because this is a big month for them. But given the circumstances and crisis that we're in, they had agreed to cut back on that production. So we were able to cut our demand by about 10% with the voluntary conservation measures being put into place by industry alone. And the residents have been making up the balance of those conservation measures.
And will that suffice, or do you need more from people?
Right now we're holding steady, but the only reason we're doing so is the one well that we have pumping over at Grove Pond has been ramped up. It normally would be pumping 500,000 to 600,000 gallons of water a day. That pump is now being pushed to 1 million gallons a day. We have a second pump on the way that's to be installed at a second well at Grove Pond. That second well, unfortunately, had been taken out of commission for repair work. This time of year generally being a reduced water consumption time for our town, and that's why that well was taken out of commission. The pump for that well has been en route from New Jersey. We're hopeful that it'll be here anytime soon. And once that's installed, and it can be installed literally within 4 hours, it would give some relief to that other pump. Depending on what the water levels in Spec Pond do, we are also hopeful, although it's raining awful hard out there right now, that we may get the okay from the Department of Environmental Protection here in Massachusetts to put the Spec Pond wells back on for a period of time to top off our standpipe for storage capacity and give a little bit further relief to the pumping that's going on over at Grove Pond. With the amount of water that we're drawing from that one pump, we're also going to end up with more silt, more minerals and so forth that are in the groundwater collecting on the filter to that pump, and so that'll need to be backwashed sooner than later. Anything else?
Thanks.
Any other questions? Yeah, covered it well. Great.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.